Hello everyone, GrimmChorizo here, and this is Wrestling Roundup, the show where I give you this week's wrestling news, rumors, and recap. So let's get started with the results from Monday Night Raw. The New Day and Bayley teamed up, which is like the best team pairing you could ever have, to take on Dana Brooke and Gallows and Anderson, who surprisingly, I actually kind of like the pairing of Dana with Gallows and Anderson. I don't think it'll stick, but it was pretty cool to see. They had a 6-man tag match, and New Day and Bayley won. Sheamus defeated Cesaro in another match, so it is 2-0 in the best-of-7 series, Sheamus leading. Braun Strowman had another squash match, this time against a jobber named Americo, and after the match, he took off Americo's mask. It was a luchador, which, to me, I don't know, it was cool, I liked it. We saw more from Braun. He's not just destroying people, he actually is just an asshole. And he's like, fuck you, I beat you, I can take your mask off. I just thought it was cool to see a little bit more character from Braun. It's not much, but it's something. Paul Heyman was on Raw, and he went out there, and Stephanie was out there, and Stephanie was demanding an apology for what Brock Lesnar did to Shane and what he did, at SummerSlam. And Heyman apologized and was paying the fine of $500 with all ones. Really, it was just a shitty segment. I didn't really care at all. And in the main event, Kevin Owens, with help from a returning Triple H, defeated Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Big Cass in a fatal 4-way elimination match to be crowned the new Universal Champion. Amazing. The match was great. It was like probably 30 minutes or close to it. Big Cass was eliminated first, but he got to look really good. Then Triple H returning out of nowhere. I did not see this coming at all. He attacks Roman Reigns, which makes sense because they were feuding before. He throws him back in the ring, helps his protege Seth Rollins eliminate Roman Reigns. It's down to Owens and Rollins. It looks like Triple H is going to help Rollins beat Owens, and then he attacks Rollins to help Owens win the title. So, amazing. It was just out of nowhere. Owens is the champion, which is awesome. He definitely deserves it. Now, ideally, Seth Rollins will turn face, which they really need a top face, and he can feud with Triple H and Kevin Owens. It's win-win, assuming that's what they're going to do with it. But regardless, it was a great main event and a great outcome. Loved it. Now let's move over to SmackDown. The SmackDown WWE Tag Team Title Tournament continued with the Hype Bros defeating the Vaudevillains, and Rhino and Heath Slater defeating the Headbangers. That's right, the Headbangers returned. Also, just what the hell, completely out of nowhere. Not the tag team I would imagine they would be trying to bring back, but whatever. In an odd little segment, a random dude started stripping in the ring, calling himself Gary the Milkman, and he stripped down in his whitey tighties. Then Kane came out and chokeslammed him, and that was that. And in the main event, Baron Corbin defeated Dean Ambrose, but it was by disqualification. As AJ Styles was going to hit Dean Ambrose, he accidentally hit Baron Corbin. So this week I thought both shows were very good, but this week's winner goes to Raw. That's right, Raw hasn't won since the first week of the brand split, but this week it outdid SmackDown. Now SmackDown wasn't bad at all. It's just Raw had those big moments, having New Day and Bayley team up, which is something we'll probably see again. It was just really entertaining, and I liked that match. I liked basically the things I talked about. I liked that they're showing a little bit more from Braun. Also, like I didn't mention this, but at the beginning of Raw, they had a nice segment for all 4 members of the title match that were in the main event, getting a chance to cut promos. Big Cass sounds a lot more natural. Owens and Rollins, of course, as great as they are on the mic, was great. And then Reigns didn't even say anything. He just started punching people, which is exactly what he needs to do. So I thought that was a great way to use all of them. And then, of course, the main event was awesome, like I just talked about. Loved it. In SmackDown, it was good. It had good stuff. Nothing that I hated. It was just, except maybe that Milkman thing. That was odd. But it's just Raw to me it's the more memorable. It was the better show this week to me. So, good job, Raw. You gotta win. 2 new matches have been added to SmackDown's pay-per-view coming up, WWE Backlash. Randy Orton will take on Bray Wyatt, and The Miz will defend the Intercontinental Championship against Dolph Ziggler. It was announced that at a house show in Chicago, Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton will have a rematch from SummerSlam. I don't know why they're doing it at a house show. It seems very odd, but whatever, it's gonna happen. It was announced that NXT TakeOver will be taking place in Toronto the night before Survivor Series. Apparently, earlier this week, Bo Dallas was arrested for being drunk on an airplane. Come on, Bo. I believe that you can do better than that. And rumor going around is that Alberto Del Rio is done with WWE. He's suspended at the moment, but He's been pulled from all shows after his suspension, and he's not expected to return at all. He was also apparently promised huge things that WWE did not give him, so I guess I can't really blame him, but don't expect to see Del Rio back in WWE. So thanks for watching this week's episode of Wrestling Roundup. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you'll come back next week. See you later.